Hello guys, we are at a dog and cat sanctuary at Phuket. So this place is around the northeastern part of Phuket. We're going to be led by a tour guide here called Sylvia. So I'm going to ask her for permission. Hello, hi. Hey Sylvia,
Yes.
are you okay with me being live and doing a YouTube video to raise awareness?
Absolutely. It's
Yeah?
up to you.
Okay.
Up to you. Up to
Right,
you.
thank you, thank you.
Okay. So look, where do you want to start? Would you? Are we live already? No.
Yeah, we're live.
Okay. So.
Right.
Okay. So. Welcome
So.
to Soi Dog. Yeah. My name is Sylvia. So we start with a little bit of history about the foundation. Yeah.
Right.
So the foundation started in 2003. So this year we're celebrating the 20th anniversary. Yeah. 3 founders. It was Margot Hamburg from the Netherlands and John and Jill. What do I do with this?
That's
Just
a
hold it. Okay. John and Jill Dally from.
You can clip it here if you want.
Like this. Wait a moment.
The other way around. So it's not to show the logo. Like that.
Oh, sorry. Okay. I'm not used to this.
You're a startup. Yeah.
Okay. So John and Jill Dally from Leeds in the UK. So basically they met here in Phuket and they realized the number of stray dogs in Phuket Island was huge. They reckon it was between 65 and 70,000 stray dogs at the time. Yes, a lot. Today the number went down to roughly 6,500. So there was a decrease of roughly 90% of the stray dogs, yeah? But you know, when you sterilize so many dogs, as a result, yes, you have less dogs in the street, but less dogs means more cats. So that's why actually the majority of animals coming in is also cats. Okay, yeah. So here where we are now in Macau, they moved in 2008. So it took them 5 years to be able to buy an old cow shed, a small piece of land, and moving here in Phuket, in Macau. Probably at the time when they started, I would say roughly a handful of people working for the foundation. Today, paid staff, altogether we're about 460 people.
460?
Yeah. All over Thailand, yeah? Right. Here in Phuket, we're roughly around 310, 320, yeah? The rest is mainly in Bangkok, but also we have mobile units and mobile clinics in Patalung, down south.
It's quite a setup.
Yeah. As infrastructures, yeah, Soi Dog is only here in Phuket. So you know, kennels, hospitals, all these things only in Phuket. And only in Phuket we receive visitors and volunteers. Right. Yeah. In other parts of Thailand we have vets, vet nurses, dog catcher, so only paid staff. That's why we cannot receive volunteers and visitors. And in other parts of Thailand, it's not like here that you see the black building there. Right. That's the black hospital. Okay. In other parts of Thailand we don't have our own hospital. We rely on local clinics, and then we have our own mobile units and mobile clinics. Okay, yes. So everything we do is possible because of private donation. Yeah. So if you bear in mind, roughly to run Soi Dog for a month, it costs around 1.2 million US dollars every month. And we raise this money through donation. Okay, so because the money that we raise in Thailand from donation covers between 5 and 10%, the rest comes from other countries. So that's why Thailand is, Soi Dog is a registered charity in 8 different countries. You know, we registered in Thailand, yes, but also we have other countries like Australia, like the US, like Canada, like the UK. I think there's the Netherlands, France, Switzerland, yeah. I'm not sure about Germany, or if they want to open in Germany too. So in those countries, what they have is a commission board taking care of all the legal aspect and organizing fundraising. Most of the money actually comes from the US, okay? So right now at the shelter, we have roughly 1,400 dogs and 400 cats. Wow. Okay, yes, that's why it's a big operation, yeah? This area here that you see, this is our sterilization unit. So when you have a truck coming in with animals at the back, and they go inside this area, is because the animals need to be neutered. Can be both dogs and cats at the same time. If the truck stops there, is because the animals need emergency treatment, because that's the hospital. We have two hospitals actually. The black building there is for dogs, and then we have another building, another hospital, sorry, for cats. Okay, because as I said to you before, we have so many cats, we have so many cats coming in now, so we needed an extra hospital only for the cats. So once they got inside here, what's happened is every animal need to be checked if they got something contagious, you know, distemper, parvovirus, rabies, So every animal need to be tested. If one of the animals is positive, the entire group needs to go for quarantine. Once the quarantine is over, they can go for the surgery, okay? If the animals are all negative, no problem. They can go straight for the surgery. It's very quick. Once the surgery is over, we do a tattoo on the ears, so we recognize who's been sterilized already, okay? And then, once they wake up, okay, that's when we decide who needs to stay here and who goes back to the street, okay? So, if an animal, both cats or dogs, they're happy in the street, you know, they live in a safe place, somebody's taking care of them, somebody's feeding them, okay, they can go back to the street. The others, they will stay here. So all the animals you will see when we go around, remember, they stay here because they've been abandoned, they've been abused, they've been neglected, or maybe they just were born in the street and the quality of life was really low. Okay, so in that case, we decide they stay here. We have a behaviorist team who decide who is living with who. You don't just put randomly 20 dogs all together, you know. You have to take into account the character, you know, the personality of the animal, because some dogs, for example, can be very dominant. Other dogs can be very shy, okay? And then you have small dogs, big dogs, young dogs, old dogs. You know, 2-kilo dogs cannot go with a 25-kilo dog, because if there is a fight, it would be unfair.
Right.
And younger dogs want to play all the time. Older dogs want to chill. So that's another reason why sometimes they can end up fighting. Because bear in mind, these are dogs, these are no pets. So even though some of them, they've been here long enough to know the name, if they start eventually fighting and you call them by name, they don't care. They carry on. So we have to take into account all these things, Right. All right, so let's go and start and see some of the animals, Okay. So all this is the sterilization unit. You see, wherever you see the black wall is sterilization unit. And here where you see these crates is where the logistic job starts. Here is where normally you see they have to take measurement for the dogs when they've been sent abroad, okay? So they have to take measure, they have to decide how big has to be the crate, because you know, a dog, let's say a dog needs to fly abroad, a dog needs to be able to stand up in a crate. So there's some standards, and we have to make sure, you know, that we reach those standards, because if we send, let's say we send the dog to the airport and the crate is too small, the dog cannot travel. The dog needs to be comfortable to travel, you know. So that's why you see we got all the crates. You see even here, there's many different sizes, because sometimes we have big dogs, sometimes we have smaller dogs. You see inside also all those crates also for cats, okay. Then, you know, they need to check the weight. Look at that one. You know, sometimes we have really, really big dogs. So we need big crates. Okay. Okay, here's going to be noisy. This is where the action starts. You see the people you see wearing the orange t-shirt, they're all animal carer. In this case, you see they're helping, giving fluids to one of the dogs. Okay? Hello everyone, hello. So, this is one of the typical runs, Lapia. There's about 20-25 dogs per each run. And as you can see, okay, maybe some of them are really at the back, you don't see very that much. But more or less, you see, we try to choose the same size, we try to choose the same age, yeah? For each run, there is one carer. So that's the person in charge of feeding them, keeping the place clean, giving them the medication, helping them bathing the dogs, okay? And if there is a fight, because it happens, yeah, he's the one that needs to stop the fight. If this fight gets too big, the other keepers need to come and help, okay? The majority of these dogs can be adopted, both nationally and internationally, okay? Yes. They need 2 green lights before being adopted. One is from the hospital. We cannot give away a dog, you know, with kidney failure, with cancer, or other issues, yeah? And the other one is from the behaviorist. We cannot give away dogs that bite. Why? Hello, Pacifica. This is Pacifica. Hello, hello. Because if a dog, let's say a young adopter, yeah, he's got young children, and they adopt a dog and bites eventually the children, their family can decide to put the animal to sleep. So for the safety of the animal, they like to stay here, you know, until the behaviorist team says, okay, they are ready to be adopted, okay. If they're not ready, well, we'll have to wait and see what happens, okay. That's why also, you know, sometimes we have dogs, they stay here for a longer time, you know, because they need to work with the behaviors, because they need, especially the one that got traumatic stories, okay, the one that been abused, the one that been tortured, yeah, they need to learn how to trust people again. Sometimes it can take time, and sometimes it never happens. You know, we have a specific area where we only have shy dogs, and only a few people are allowed to go in and out, because the dogs, we don't really know what happened to them, because we found them like that, yeah? But they're very scared. So when they see new faces, they freak out, and they freeze, or maybe they're so scared and they try to bite the other dogs around, okay? So that's why we put them in a specific section, okay? So here you see, all around here, more dogs. Yeah, and I don't know if you can see at the back, we have those kennels, yeah? So, if a keeper realizes that dogs are about to fight, the troublemaker, I'm sorry, but needs to go inside their kennel, okay?
Quiet time.
Correcto, yeah? So, what happens is, the dog goes inside there, then it's up to the dog. If after 10 minutes the dog is fine and everybody's quiet, they can come out. If not, he's got to stay there, and we'll have to wait when he comes down, okay? Yeah, and sometimes we also have some of the dogs, I call them a little bit spicy. You know, we have some dogs that don't really get along very well with other dogs. They're very energetic, but they love people. So these dogs, they have their own kennels. The difference is, because they live on smaller spaces and they are on their own, we take them out every day. So every day for at least an hour, they can come out, they can go run, they can swim, they can do whatever they want, and then they go back. And because they know they come out every afternoon, so they spend all of their energy and then they chill for the rest of the day. Then the following day, yes. Then the following day in the afternoon, we take them out and here we go again. Okay? Okay, let's go this way. Okay, so before COVID, can you see the green wall? There was a wall here. Yeah, so before COVID, Soi Dog used to have a wall here. But then during COVID, because we found we had so many dogs coming in, you know, people were going home because of the pandemic. We were not able to send dogs abroad. We had feral dogs, you know, in the street, because feral dogs sometimes, they go and looking for food in the trash of the restaurant, but the restaurant were all closed, so there was no food for them. So they were roaming in the street looking for food, so we brought them here too. That's why the number of dogs went so high. And we keep building, you know, this is a new run, this is a new run. We keep building new pens, but at one point the walking space was small. It got smaller, so we decided to buy extra land. This here used to be a buffalo field.
Used to be what?
Buffalo field. There were buffaloes, yes. This was, you know, there was mud, there was water, there were snakes, there were buffaloes, yeah. So we bought all this land okay? And this is a new walking area for the dogs. All the people that you see walking around with the dog, the volunteers, okay? This is Finn, I love Finn, okay? So, the volunteers, they just take the dog wherever, okay, wherever the dog wants to go, okay? Can be on the path, it can be on the grass, and then you see at the back we have those fences. These are some of our off-leash area. So when the dogs go inside there, remove the leash, they're free to do whatever they want. They can play with toys, they've got baths with water, they can dig a hole in the grass, they can play with a fellow, with another dog, you know. It's very important because, you know, when the dogs come out, this breaks the routine. So once they go back to the pen where they live, they're calm and they're quiet, okay? And they're happy for the day. That's why we wish we had more volunteers so the dogs could go out every day. Before COVID, yes, we would manage that. Now we have less volunteers and more dogs. So we're still struggling a little bit. We need more volunteers, but we're improving, okay? So let's go this way. Okay, so people ask me if dogs can swim in the lake, okay? No, they don't. We use this water to keep the place clean, okay? The place is huge, okay? So to save money, we use this water to clean all the floors. You see all the floors in the run. On the roof of each pen, we have sprinklers, so when it's very hot, we try to keep the temperature down with sprinklers, yeah? This water is recycled and comes from the rain, okay? So, because it's recycled, every 8 weeks we send samples to a lab to make sure there's no infection. Because if there is an infection, it will spread everywhere, yeah? So we make sure it's clean, it's safe, and we can use it. Then, of course, for drinking or for hospitals, we buy the clean water that you and I can drink. We've got the clean water, you know. But for the cleaning, this is good enough. And also, you see, we keep it oxygenated, so the good bacteria can kill the bad bacteria. And you will see later on, there's a lot of fish in here. Yeah, because it's a sort of a deep lake, you know, it's about 15 meters deep. So yeah, okay, let's go this way. Bathing time. Ah, yes, yes, yes. Okay, look, so this is, where is it? Okay. Yeah, this is a cage rescue from the dog meat trade here in Thailand. Dog meat trade in Thailand has been illegal since 2014, okay? In a cage like this, you can have up to 12 dogs. To say there is no dog meat trade in Thailand at all, not entirely true. Still goes on a little bit in the north of the country, but it's not for local consumption. They don't eat the dogs, okay? They mainly sell them to Vietnam. So Vietnam, after China, is the second largest consumer of dog and cat meat, okay? They roughly slaughter 5 million dogs per year. China is 20 million. But many people don't know, in some part of China, it's actually illegal selling dog meat, okay? It's just that the country is so big, it's really difficult to go around and check in all the rural areas, you know, what's going on. Vietnam, on the other hand, okay, there's no law against animal cruelty, so people can do whatever they want. That is why, on top of taking animals from the street, they kill them in a very painful way, because they believe that when the animal suffers, the meat tastes better because of the hormone of fear, because of the adrenaline. So the dogs, they can be skinned alive, they can be boiled alive, they can be blowtorched them alive, okay, yes. And mainly this is done by women, okay, because the guy is the one that goes and catches the animals, but it's the lady at home that does, let's say, the cooking, yeah. young women have young children. So what happened? Young kids grow up thinking this is a normal activity. You know, when you see your parents doing something every day, it becomes like a normal activity. That's why we focus a lot on education. We start from primary school, okay, all the way up to university. We have an education team. We go to schools, and sometimes also students come here. They can spend a day here. We have an education building. They go there. Then depend on the age, of course. If you have really young children, you cannot really show violent videos, you know. So cartoons, toys, okay. And the good thing is when kids go home, they tell the parents what they learn. So it's a good way even for the parents to learn, okay. Things are going in the right direction, you know. We have a team, it's called International Advocacy Team. It's working in Vietnam, it's working in countries like Korea. We work in the Philippines as well. Philippines is another country, you know, the dog meat trade has been illegal since 1998, but the Philippines is made of island. So it's difficult for police to go around and check.
Many islands.
I think it's about 6,000, you know, I'm not sure. Yeah. So it's difficult to go around. And unofficially, but I think is 500 dogs being slaughtered every day in the Philippines. So now we are working with a big foundation, it's called Animal Kingdom Foundation, okay? And we send policemen to seminar. When policemen go to seminar, they need to sign an agreement, say that they're going to put into practice what they learn into seminar, yeah? So local people anonymously can report to police illegal slaughterhouses, and the police go put in prison the people responsible for this trade, and the dogs rescued, they go to Animal Kingdom Foundation and they go to the shelter, and we work with them, you know, and we find a forever family for these animals. Yeah. In Vietnam, we are also talking to the government. We try to make them understand that apart the cruelty behind this kind of trade, there's also health issues, you know. For example, rabies. Let's say you have a dog with rabies. If you don't cook it properly, you can pass it to humans. So there can be a chance, you know, they can spread also, you know, viruses around. So things are improving. It takes time. It's very, very slow, you know, but things are going in the right direction. And also nowadays, social media. Many people, everybody's got TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. So more and more people are aware of this kind of trade, and they try to fight against it, or at least they let us know what they think. They try to help us in some way or another. Maybe they come here volunteering, maybe they send donation, maybe they want to go into action and they want to go and help in those countries, because some people, yes, can I come and help? So things are going the right direction, yeah? Okay, I'll take you here. Yes, absolutely, go for it. You see, the cage is open, you open it here. Yeah, animals going in here. That's why, you know, it's very common to have dogs with broken legs, because they push them in and push them in and push them in. And you know, with the bars here, the legs can be broken. Yeah, okay. So now we will see the back of the hospital, yeah? So this is actually the biggest animal hospital in Southeast Asia. Yes. Okay. It has a capacity for roughly 170 dogs. Yeah. So you see, all these dogs are under treatment. Once the treatment is finished, most of them, they will go into one of the runs that I showed you at the beginning. Fewer ones will go back to the street. Sometimes we have dogs that come from the street. They're having a nice life outside, yeah? But sometimes a case of fungal infection or whatever reason, they stay here for a few weeks, we treat them, and if they're happy outside, they can go back to the place where they come from, yeah? So, inside this hospital, I always say it's like a hospital for people. You've got operating theaters, there's a dentist, we do x-ray, we do physiotherapy, hydrotherapy, in some cases even acupuncture, you know, yes. They've got isolation unit, intensive care. We also have a section, it's called mums and puppies. It's very common to find a heavily pregnant dog, yeah? By the time the dog arrives here, you know, in the back of the truck, with the movement, okay, the dog can give birth. So these puppies are very young. Sometimes they're like an hour old. If we send them to foster people, the puppies would die. So the mother gets the treatment, but it's in a specific session where the temperature is a little bit higher, it's not so noisy, and only few people are allowed to go in and out. So we try to reduce the stress level, and we leave the puppies with the mother. Okay. Eventually, if a few days later the mother passes away, okay, we have no other choice, and we give the puppies to foster people. But puppies, even when they're just a few days old, they have more chances of surviving, you know, because they receive the nutrition from the mother. So it's much better. Fostering these animals is very hardcore, you know, it's very, very difficult because you need to take care of them 24 hours a day. But believe me, I've done it, very rewarding, because when you see an animal is able to survive, very rewarding. Okay, so now let's go back again from where we came from. Okay, it's a little bit muddy because it's been raining quite a lot the last few days. But this is what we call the walk of love. Okay, so this one was based on the idea, you know, the walk of fame in the US? Yeah, the same. So people were able to buy, for $200, they were able to buy a star and engrave 22 letters. It can be the name of a dog, a cat, your teacher, your horse. But as you can see, some of them, they all, you know, because the people are walking on top of it, the dogs are walking on top of it, so we always have to send them for maintenance. You see the one there missing? They've been sent to maintenance, so we try to make them brand new again. So we don't sell them anymore. Now what we sell is plaques on the wall. The cheaper for us, the cheaper for people to buy, and they last way longer. And if they get a little bit dirty during the rainy season, piece of cloth, brand new. Yeah? Okay. Oh, this is one of our superstars. This dog is called Butterboy. He's about a year and a half old. Butterboy. Okay, you see he has no eyes. Yeah? He came in as a young puppy, very, very small, and he had a massive infection in his eyes. So we have to remove the eyes. And we are trying to find a forever family for this beautiful dog because he's so lovely and full of energy, yeah? And he loves going around. I think he's looking for what? Tennis balls or some sort of toys? Okay, because he also loves, you know, playing with tennis balls, and he walks around with tennis ball in his mouth, yeah? Okay, let's go this way. Did you ever hear the name Brigitte Bardot?
No. Oh yes, Brigitte Bardot.
Brigitte Bardot?
Yes.
Yeah, you know the French lady in the 50s and the 60s? She paid for the sterilization unit in 2011. And she also paid for the, she made a big donation for the cat hospital that we built. You see? Foundation Brigitte Bardot. Yeah. Okay, so let's go this way. Hello. Live. Okay, so maybe you can see from here better. So this is our cat shelter, yeah? So the cat shelter used to be shelter and clinic at the same time, yeah? But then again, as I said before, because of the high number of cats that we have now, we have to demolish the old cat shelter, make it bigger and newer, and then at the back, where you see that sort of a bridge, yeah? Okay, so the ground floor is all cat hospital, okay? And this one now is only shelter. And at the end of the tour, if you want, we can go in and visit the cats, okay? Let's go. Hello, Congo. Okay, this is the section for small dogs, not young, small. Okay, some of them can be actually very old, and some of them used to be pets. So sometimes what happens is people buy a few breed dogs in a shop, Chihuahua, Shih Tzu, Pugs, French Poodle. Then when they get old, for whatever reason, they decide. Yes, but then they're expensive dogs. Okay, so people abandon them in the street. You can imagine an animal that's been living with a family, let's say for 10 years. They find themselves in the street from one day to the other. They don't know where to look for food. They think every person is friendly, and it's not. Sometimes people kick them. They think every dog is friendly, and it's not. Dogs in the street are territorial. And also, they don't know about cars. So they try to cross the street because they see people and they run towards people because they're looking for affection. They don't look if a car is coming. Okay, so sometimes they get hit, you know, in the face and they have a broken jaw. Sometimes, you know, we have to amputate one of the legs. Sometimes they got massive infection in the eyes because they've been living in dirty places. So what happened is some of the dogs have got 3 legs, have got no eyes. On top of that, very old or even a broken jaw. Who is going to adopt these dogs? It's very difficult for us to find a family for them. So that's why this area is being renovated about 2 months ago. Before it was way smaller. Now we have 3 different sections. This is the small dogs, but on top of being small, they're also shy dogs. So people are not even allowed to go in because they're very, very shy. Here, they're crazy. We will go in later on, you see, you know, they bark a lot, they like to play a lot. When people go in, they jump on your legs. Very, very good. Okay. And then here we have what we call our Jill Dally garden. Okay. So follow me. This is our swimming pool, Jupiter's pool. Okay. So basically, this is where the old Soi Dog Foundation used to be. When I said in 2008 they bought an old cow shed, that's where the old cow shed was. But then it got really old, it was moldy, it was not really that healthy. So in March 2021 they decided to demolish the old shed and they made this swimming pool for the dogs. We can use it for hydrotherapy, particularly with older dogs, but also for fun. If dogs like it, and especially when it's really hot, they like to go in, play a little bit, and then they come out. Okay. Together with this area, we also, I don't know if you can see it from here. No, you can't really see it. You see here is a special care. Okay. So I'll show you. Come with me. Come in. Okay. I'll show you one of our dogs. She's super friendly. Okay, so this is Mirko. Yes. Hello, Mama. Hello, Mama. Hey. Hey. You wanna come here? You wanna come here? So, Mirko used to be a happy dog living in the street, yeah? What happened is she used to chase motorbikes. So people got upset about that and they tried to cut off the front legs with a machete. So when she came in, she had massive cuts here and we had to amputate the front legs. But she's still, look, she's a super friendly dog, isn't she? Yeah? She loves people. And the good news is she's been adopted and she will be living in England. Yeah, she got adopted. Huh? We're waiting for a wheelchair they made especially for her in Vietnam. So they're sending a chair and she will fly to England with her adopter and a new wheelchair. Okay, so hopefully, you know, life is gonna be good for her. Yeah, Mirko? Yeah? Okay, so. Okay. Follow me, please. We go this way. So this is our Jill Daly. She was one of our co-founders, yeah? As you can see, she passed away in 2017. She had brain cancer. She was only 58, okay? So in 2019, because she would have been 60, the husband, John, decided to pay a tribute to her with a statue. The statue is actually made in Italy. He paid with his own money. No money from donation was used for this statue. We paid for the garden, but for a very simple reason. We use this garden for senior dogs and for small dogs. You know, senior dogs because they're elderly dogs, and small dogs because they're old, and on top of that they got really short legs. Sometimes, especially when it's really hot, they don't want to walk much. So during the day there's always some shade here. So these dogs, they can come here, they can chill here, they can sniff around, and whenever they feel they're ready, they can go back to the run where they live, you know, and chill. Okay, she's the only non-Asian woman that received the award of Asian Woman of the Year. Yeah, and this is her own dog. You see the dog wearing the harness? Okay, so this dog, you see, he has no paws. Yeah. Yeah, so when he was a puppy, the paws were chopped off. Somebody was upset because the dog during the night chewed on a pair of shoes, and the owner of the shoes was so upset and he cut the paws off with a machete. So because Jill already lost her legs rescuing dogs, okay, because she contracted a rare case of septicemia, so they have to amputate her legs, yeah, she decided to adopt this dog, and they were both walking with prosthetic legs, okay. He's now back in England because he's still alive and he lives with Jill's husband, with John. He's gone back to England last year, yeah. And this animal here, you see, really skinny. He's having a beautiful life now in England. Fluffy dog, really, really friendly and lovely, okay. Okay, so let's go and we go and visit the crazy little puppies, yeah. Okay, wait. Okay. This is the adoption team in full action. You see, so they're taking picture of new dogs so they can eventually do posts on social media, and we can try to see if there's people interested in adopting the dog. Okay. Okay. Okay, so we're going in. They will jump on you, is that okay? Do you want to stay from here then? Okay. Okay, so basically, when the dogs go inside here, all the dogs you see in here, they're all really young dogs, okay? Puppies can be adopted only in Thailand, yeah? Yeah. So up to the age of 8 months, we only allow the puppies to stay here in Thailand. When they're older than 8 months, they can eventually be adopted abroad, okay? It's beautiful, you got beautiful eyes, look at that. It's super friendly, super, 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 super friendly, yeah? You know, it's better for us, especially when people are first-time adopter, okay? People sometimes don't realize what kind of responsibility it is to adopt a dog. So if somebody adopts a dog and they have some sort of, no problem, but you know, let's say they need help, okay, they can contact us and we can help them, yeah? Because like, oh, you know, the dog is chewing my furniture, the dog is doing this, the dog is doing that, what can I do? So they can contact our behaviorist team and we can go and help. And if they live locally, it's easier for us to contact them, yeah? Okay, so Once, okay, let's go out. Once if they get to the age of 8 months, yeah, if they've not been adopted yet, they will move into the teenagers. And then from teenagers, they will move into the adult. So that's another thing we take into account, you know. As I said before, we cannot leave younger dogs and older dogs together. So we've got the puppies, we've got the teenagers, then we've got the adults, and then we've got our senior dogs, yeah? Do you want and filming them from this gate? Look. Very loud but super friendly. Yeah, they're very good. Okay. Hello everyone. They love the new area. This is the new area because before it was way smaller. Now they have a bigger area so they can run around all day long. Yeah, and they're super happy. Yeah. Hello. Hey, no, there's jealousy. Sometimes some of them are jealous. Yeah. Hello, no, don't be like that. Don't be like that. Don't be like that. Yeah. Okay. Okay. You see that dog in here? You see the little bit bigger dog? He's blind. Yeah. But he's super friendly. Yeah. Hello. Hello. No. Hello, puppy. Okay. Yeah. We leave him. My God, it's loud. Okay, so normally now, when we finish visit the dogs, we go inside the cats. Would you like to go inside and see the cats? Go for it. Again, super friendly, you know. In general, cats don't really like to live in super crowded places. That's why they're super friendly. When people go in, you can just sit down and they all jump on you, sort of like, oh, please take me home with you. You know, they're super friendly. Okay. So here, shoes off, please. Oh, you okay? Okay. Excellent. Sorry. Oh, sorry, okay, don't worry. Okay. Okay, so this is our cattery, yeah? So we have 4 different rooms. Katsui number 1, 2, 3, and 4. Normally, these are all healthy cats and they're open to visitors, yeah? Then we have 1 room for FELV. FELV is the equivalent to leukemia. FELV stands for Feline Leukemia Virus, sort of cancer in the blood, okay? As you can see right now, each room has a quarantine restriction. This is FIV, which is the equivalent of HIV, okay? What happened is not that these cats have got FIV. A couple of cats have been found positive for FIV, so they've been moved to another section. But these cats here, now they have to be monitored till the end of October to see if they develop the symptoms of there. But people can still go in and visit them. Now you see, they're all coming towards the door because at 3:30 they get fed, so they're hungry. That's why now they're waiting for food.
FIV is not transmittable to humans?
No, absolutely no. It's only feline, and it can only be passed through intercourse, which is not going to happen because they're all neutered, or blood exchange. So it's got to be like fight, but it's got to be a massive fight. So it's never gonna happen, because even in the case, rare case, some dogs don't, some cats don't like each other, we change the room. So we make sure they all get along well, and we never had any issue. Same is this room, you see, is FIV. And then sadly we have this room, number 3 and number 4, this room here. Yeah, again, you see FELV. So this is a longer quarantine. Leukemia is different. Leukemia can be passed from cat to cat, not to humans, but from cat to cat through bodily fluids. So it can be playing a little, yeah, can be bodily fluids, so it can be saliva, or I don't know, I can go in and a cat can sneeze on me, and then eventually I can go into another room and a cat comes and lick my t-shirt when the other one sneezed. So it's a very tiny chance, believe me, very tiny, but better safe than sorry. So that's why right now when people come to visit, we always say, if you want to go in and spend time with the cats, they need to follow the order of the room. Room 1 and 2, and then they can go to 3 and 4. But once they come out of room 3 and 4, they cannot go back to room 1 and 2. Okay? And then this one is the FELV suite. So these cats, all of them have leukemia. Okay? People, again, can go and visit them, but if they go in, they're not allowed to go anywhere else when they come out. And also we have here a room which is a quarantine. Okay, so basically, let's have a look if you can see something. You see, it's all cages. All these cats, they're in quarantine. Okay, then of course at the hospital we have a bigger section for quarantine. Okay, but all these cats here, only the staff can go in and take care of them. Okay, so normally our tour finishes here, and we ask people if they want to go in and spend time with the cats. So now, up to you what you want to do. Do you want to go in and spend time with the cats, or you're okay? Excellent. And this is the vet office, okay. Doctor, live on YouTube. This is Dr. Wee, one of our doctors, okay. So they take care of all the cats. They are in this section. Then at the hospital, they've got their own vets, but Dr. Wee is in charge of all these cats here. Thank you, Doc. Okay, and he's got the nurses, and when they need x-ray, they go to the main hospital, and everything else. Okay, so.
The largest hospital in Southeast Asia, right?
Yeah. Okay, close that. Okay, so normally it's not part of our tour, but come with me. You see all this floor, all this is cat hospital. Okay, so here we have intensive care, we have isolation unit. Yes, and then just around the corner there is a section, it's called infectious ward. So because the cats in there, they've got contagious infections, they have a different entrance. So they're isolated and they cannot pass anything onto these cats. Okay, then here, of course, people never think about it, but we need laundry. People don't think about it, but how many towels we need. We need a lot of towels, because at the hospital, inside the cages, to clean them, to bathe them. Sometimes they're sick, sometimes there's blood, sometimes it can be any kind of bodily fluids, okay? So that's why we need all the washing machine, the dryer, and there's a lot of stuff working here. Hardcore, because believe me, it's very hot. And when it's the hot season, it's very hot working here. So respect for these people, okay? And then upstairs, when you see around, this is offices. This sector is for fundraising and marketing. and also the visual effect, you know, the one that makes the video and all these things. And the other hand, we have adoption, we have infrastructure, you know, like maintenance, then they do the logistic, then the office of the CEO. So that stuff is for, let's say, office use only. And here, you see, all of this is a different kind of isolation. Parvovirus for cats, quarantine, okay. This is distemper for dogs. And then where you see those windows up there, he lives here, yeah. And those windows up there, that's where we have our education team, the one I mentioned before. So when students come here, they go upstairs, there's this big room, they can watch video and everything, and they can come, yeah, they can come downstairs and they do a tour with us, yeah. Important detail that I forgot to mention. In September, we reached 1 million dogs and cats being sterilized. Yeah, so since the beginning of Soi Dog Foundation, we sterilized just over 1 million animals. Okay, yes. And right now, we are carrying on, and we roughly do 21,000 sterilization per month. Yeah, mainly in Bangkok, yeah. But we still, yes, still there's a lot to do, but we're improving every month.
How about cats? How many sterilized, roughly?
Cats, wow, you took me out to, it's all, the number is general.
Oh, 1 million.
Yeah, 1 million, yes. Yes, I would say probably, I cannot give you a precise figure, but I would say probably, because to be honest, I forgot. It would be around 75% is probably dogs and 25% is cats. So mainly is dogs that we sterilize. But as I said before, because the majority of animals coming in right now is actually cats, here in Phuket, the majority of animals that we're sterilizing every month is actually cats. Yes, because you know, there's a lot of cats in the street. You sterilize dogs, and then dogs don't have babies, yeah? Which means there's less dogs. And also because, you know, dogs try to get rid of cats. But because there's less dogs, okay. So, that's it. This is our Soi Dog Foundation.
Thank you so much.
Okay, our tour finishes here. Thank you very much for coming, and thank you very much for your visit. Okay?
Thank you. Can I have the microphone?
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you so much.
I hope you went well. Sorry, sometimes, you know, because English is not my language, so sometimes a few mistakes.
No, absolutely wonderful.
Yeah.